Yonah Perek Dalet. When we left off, the people of Nineveh did teshuvah, and Hashem accepted the teshuvah of the people of Nineveh and chose to kabiyachol change his mind and not do the evil that he had said he was going to do. So how does Yonah react? Vayera el Yonah ra'a gedolah vayichar lo. It's very bad to Yonah, a great bad. He is not happy at all. Yonah is, in fact, very angry at what has occurred. Vayitpalel al Hashem vayomar, and Yonah prays to Hashem, saying, Ana Hashem, please Hashem, halo zed devari. This was what I said. Ad hayoti ad admati, al admati, as long as I've been on the earth. Al kain kidamti livrak Tarshisha. This is the very reason I ran away at the very beginning of the book to Tarshish. Ki adati, because I knew. Ki ata kel chanun rachum, you are a God of grace and mercy. Erech apayim, slow to anger. V'rav chesed, full of kindness. V'nicham ala ra'ah, and you would change your mind, kaviyachol, against doing the evil. So Yonah here is quite angry. He said, this is the reason I ran away to begin with, because I know, as we say over and over again, the shlosh esrei midot harachamim. Hashem kel rachum v'chanun, you're a kel chanun rachum, erech apayim, slow to anger, of chesed. V'nicham ala ra'ah, and you will overturn the evil and make it into good. Hashem will accept teshuvah, and Yonah is very angry about this. Now you might note there's something missing here. When we say Hashem kel rachum v'chanun, erech apayim, of chesed, then we add there's a word that's missing here, the word emet. Nor we say Hashem erech apayim rav chesed ve'emet, and Yonah leaves out the word emet, the word truth. And you'll have to figure out why Yonah leaves that word. V'ata Hashem, Yonah said, now Hashem, kachna et nafshi mimeni, take my life, take my soul from me. Kitov moti mechayai, because my death would be better than my life. I'd like to die, Yonah says. I don't want to live. This is the reason why I ran away to Tarshish. This is why Yonah jumped into the water. He wanted to die there. Hashem wouldn't let him die. Hashem made the whale swallow him up. But he said, now I want to die. This is very similar to someone else. You might remember from the Navi who also was very angry at Hashem and wanted to die. And that person was Eliyahu Navi. You could look it up in Malachim Aleph, Perek Yutet, chapter 19 of Kings 1. Vayomer Hashem, now Hashem responds to Yonah. Ha'atev chara lach. Are you good and angry? That's one way to translate this. Ha'atev chara lach, are you good and angry? Or you can translate it differently depending on where you put the comma. You could say, Ha'atev, comma, chara lach, are you angry because I did good? And we'll have to see which translation is the better one. Is it that Hashem saying, are you good and angry? Or is Hashem saying, are you angry that I did tov, good? Now, the last exchange. Vayetze Yonah min ha'ir. Vayeshe bikedem le'ir. Yonah goes out from the city. He said to the east of the city. Vayas lo sham sukkah. He makes himself a little sukkah. Not because it's sukkot, because he needs the canopy. Vayeshe taktel b'tzel, to sit in the shade of the little hut. Ad asher yireh ma yireh be'ir, until he sees what's going to happen in the city. So Yonah still holds out hope that perhaps Nineveh will be destroyed. Vayiman Hashem Elokim kikayon. Hashem Elokim prepares a kikayon. A kikayon is a type of bush. Vayalmi ali Yonah, and it goes above Yonah, vaydiot se'al al rosha, to be a shade on his head. So Hashem prepared the kikayon to shade his head. Latil lo meirato, to save him from his bad. Vayismak Yonah kikayon, simcha gedolah, and for some reason Yonah is very, very happy about this kikayon, this little bush that's providing him with shade from the sun. Vayiman Elokim tolat, and then Hashem makes a worm. Ba'alot hashachar l'macharat, at the morning of the next day, v'takat ha'kikayon, and it hits the kikayon, it eats it, vayivash, and the kikayon dries up, so there's no more bush to shade Yonah. Vayik is ruach Hashem, when the sun comes up and rises and shines. Vayiman Elokim ruach kadim charishit, Hashem makes a very hot east wind, like a chamsin. Vatach Hashem es harosh Yonah, and the sun's beating down on Yonah's head. Vayitalaf, and Yonah starts to faint. Vayishal et nafsho lamut, and now Yonah wants to die again. Vayomer, Tov moti mechayai, my death is better than my life. He wants to die now, not because of the people of Nineveh, but because of the sun that's being done on him, because he no longer has the kikayon. And we'll have to see, why is it that Yonah is so upset by this little bush that is no longer providing him with shade? Vayomer Elokim al Yonah, Hashem said to Yonah, Ha'etev chara lecha ala kikayon. Now, we know it means this time. Are you good and angry about this kikayon? Remember, he told him before, Ha'etev chara lach, are you good and angry? Or are you angry because I am good? Now he's saying, are you good and angry about this kikayon? Vayomer, Ha'etev chara li ad mavat. And Yonah says, I am angry, I'm so good and angry, I want to die. Vayomer Hashem. Now Hashem gives the punchline. Ata chasta ala kikayon. You had mercy on a little kikayon, a little bush. Asher lo amalta bo, v'lo gidalto. That you never worked for, you never raised. Shabina laila haya, ubin laila avad. That one night it's here, the next night it's gone. And yet you're so upset that the kikayon died that you want to die yourself. V'ani lo achus, and I won't show my mercy, my grace, Al Ninveh ha'ir ha'gdolah, on Ninveh, this great city, asher yesh bo harbe mishtei mesrei ribo, has more than 120,000 Adam people. Asher lo yada ben yamino l'smol, they don't know from their right to their left, to behema rabbah, and many animals as well. You had mercy on this kikayon, and you, Yonah, don't want me to have mercy on this city of Ninveh? And this is the end, and we'll have to study in depth what exactly is Hashem's message he's trying to tell Yonah about the people of Nineveh based on this kikayon. And very interesting, the book ends and we don't have a response of Yonah. Hashem gets the last word. You don't want me to have mercy on the city of Nineveh? And we can imagine that Yonah is still sitting by that kikayon, by that dead shriveled bush in the sun. Yonah refusing to respond to Hashem, who has the last word. But perhaps Yonah is still angry. And we're going to have to figure out, why is Yonah so angry?